Where exactly did you get this kind of money? The bank manager's voice sliced through the upscale lobby like broken glass. Kiara Monroe stood still, her blazer crisp, her eyes unreadable. All around, customers paused mid-transaction, some smirking, some whispering. The marble floor gleamed under soft lights, but every word echoed sharp and clear. Kiara calmly placed the bank documents on the counter. "It's my account," she replied, voice steady. Patrick Davis, the branch manager, didn't hide his disbelief. "People like you, usually don't have accounts here, Miss Monroe." A faint chuckle from a nearby customer. The security guard shifted, hand near his belt. Kiara's jaw tensed, but she didn't move. She'd walked into battles worse than this. But what came next? That would silence the entire building. And they had no idea who they were talking to. The check sat between them, immaculate, valid, undisputable. But Patrick Davis kept sneering at it like it was counterfeit. "We'll need to verify this thoroughly," he said, signaling Emily, a nervous teller. Emily glanced at Kiara, then quickly looked away. "Take your time," Kiara responded coolly, though her pulse tightened. This lobby? She knew it. Years ago, her mother had been refused a small business loan right here. The memory coiled in her like smoke. Patrick leaned toward Emily. "Call the issuing bank. And notify security. Oh, and tell them to contact the FBI. Let's see if this check is real." His words weren't quiet. Heads turned. Murmurs grew. Kiara's hand brushed the badge inside her coat. "Be careful who you call," she whispered under her breath. But they weren't listening. They never did, until it was too late. 5 minutes later, the lobby froze. The glass doors opened with a soft click, and 2 suited men entered, one tall, lean, sharp-eyed, the other older, carrying quiet authority. Their FBI badges gleamed under the lights. Patrick's smug expression twisted into nervous relief. "Agents, perfect timing. We have a suspicious check, possibly fraudulent." But the taller agent, Ruiz, barely glanced at the paperwork. His eyes locked on Kiara. His jaw set. "Director Monroe," he said, voice low but sharp as a blade. "Didn't expect to find you here." Silence slammed the room. Emily's face drained of color. The security guard dropped his hand from his belt. Patrick's lips parted in shock. Kiara's gaze didn't flinch. "I was making a deposit," she said simply. Agent Holloway stepped forward, lifting the check. "It's valid," he confirmed flatly. "So is her identity. You've just profiled the FBI's Western Regional Director." Patrick stammered, color draining from his face. I didn't know." "You didn't ask," Emily whispered, her voice cracking under the weight of humiliation. Kiara collected her documents, eyes calm, voice steady. "I'm withdrawing every cent from this institution." She turned to leave, heels echoing across the marble, the room still frozen in place. But before the door closed behind her, Kiara placed a sealed envelope on the counter, marked with an official FBI reform proposal for anti-discrimination in banking. The news broke within days. The bank launched an internal investigation. Patrick Davis vanished from the website. Emily resigned, but not before appearing at Kiara's office with trembling hands and a whispered apology. A week later, under the soft glow of the National FBI Gala, Kiara Monroe took the stage. Cameras flashed. Applause rippled. "When I walked into that bank," she began, voice calm but cutting, "I wasn't asking for applause. I wasn't asking for privilege. I was asking to exist, without suspicion." She paused, eyes sweeping the crowd. "But truth doesn't need permission. It shows up, whether they like it or not." As the room stood in quiet respect, Kiara's words lingered. "They finally saw me. And they won't forget." Kiara Monroe's story reminds us that silence doesn't mean weakness, and dignity never needs permission. Too often, people in power underestimate those they quietly try to dismiss. But respect isn't granted by approval, it's earned by presence, truth, and action. Don't let their doubt define you.